Shout out to the author of this tweet here, Common Sense. That's a fire name, the way it's spelled and everything. Eminem, the guy who used to call everyone a certain F word in his music, is now the leader of White Dudes for Harris. Pretty interesting stuff here and quite appalling. How do you guys feel about that? Were any of you guys ever Eminem fans? I actually started to like Eminem's music when I was still doing like music reactions, like more consistently. But after this, I'm like, oh no, he's got to go. They're saying that's new Eminem. Oh man, it's going downhill from here. And even Tom McDonald is roasting Eminem. I have not reacted to Tom McDonald in a while. Definitely need to jump on that, as in reacting to him. Yeah, Eminem to rally for Kamala. Wow. This is not the kind of sight you want to see. And it's just pretty crazy how Eminem, rose to fame, and then this is the switch up. I'm quite flabbergasted, might I add. But yeah. They're saying, why is Eminem endorsing Kamala Harris? Simple. These guys, I'm not going to say that name because YouTube is interesting on this platform and they try to do slick stuff sometimes. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. The Eminem jokes are all over the place. So we're going to get right into this video. But before we do that, shout out to the King Squad. The King Squad family and the King Squad Elites. You guys are the bomb.com, and don't let anybody tell you any different. You guys are awesome. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. And I hope everybody's getting their fresh sunshine in, drinking their water, all that healthy and beautiful stuff right there. And yeah, let's check out some of these comments. Eminem went from rapping about injustice to supporting it. Eminem is such a joke. Eminem is a sellout. Hearing Obama's voice makes me want to puke. Wow. This is the most corrupted campaign I've seen in my entire life, and I am 74 years old. I absolutely detest this regime. Interesting. Eminem and Obama are just clowns. His boy 50 Cent ain't co-signing this. 50 voting for Trump without a doubt. Interesting. Let's get right into this video. Shout out to Benny Johnson, and let's go.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. Today we're going to learn about leverage. Leverage is how the regime gets celebrities to do humiliating, degrading things that they don't want to do, and it's bad for their fan base and their careers. But guess what? If they didn't do them, the consequences would be really, really bad because of leverage. This is a practice in leverage. Watch this. Here are the witches of the View bully Usher, very famous celebrity and musician, into endorsing Kamala Harris, and he refuses.
I think that behooves artists to come out and speak for Kamala against Donald Trump because he is an existential threat to the country. What do you say to that?
You know what? I don't get too deep into politics. I didn't get a chance to watch the debate last night. I obviously have been watching like everybody else. I think voting is an individual choice. And I think that you're right. You have to look at the reality of the country that we are and the country that we want to be and find the candidate that you feel both who fits the category of where we want to be, and that's it, and that's what you vote based off of, who you highlight and how you choose to highlight it on whatever platform you have is your prerogative.
Yes. Yeah.
And then the crowd applauds. You want to know why? Because the crowd actually finds that answer refreshing. The crowd's like, wow, a celebrity that's not badgering me or lecturing me or mewling at me, some virtue signal about what I should do with my vote. It was a great answer, actually. Hey, you should do the research and you should vote your conscience. You should.
I think he like slid out of that very smoothly. Okay, Usher is very smooth. All right, but yeah, he slid out of that one because he knows that if he says anything outside of he's voting for Kamala, then it's going to be disastrous for his audience. Okay, it's going to be nuts. So he had to be like, yeah, well, whoever you feel is the best person that you feel is going to run the country the best is who you should vote for.
You should vote based on what you see is happening in the country today. Ladies and gentlemen, that answer, of course, wasn't satisfactory to the regime. Something interesting happened since that answer.
Oh, no.
A couple people went to prison.
Oh, no.
A couple of interesting stories have been leaked about Usher and about Diddy and about baby oil. And ooh, have we changed tune? Suddenly, Usher is joining Kamala Harris on the campaign trail. far from tactically saying, you know what, vote for who you want to vote for. It's an important time. Everyone should do their own research. That's what Usher said. That's a perfectly acceptable response. Every celebrity, no matter what industry you're in, should just say that response. If they support Trump, they should say that response. If they support Kamala Harris, they should say that response. That's actually the adult, responsible way to talk about the election. Especially when you're a celebrity and you have a lot of skeletons in your closet. But because of those skeletons, they are able to manipulate and leverage celebrities into doing humiliating, degrading things like this. Then Usher comes wandering out on stage wearing what looks like the cleanup mop from the Diddy party, and degrades himself, right? Just further degrades himself and his career. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, it's not just Usher, it's tons of celebrities who, well, paid their dues, right? You don't get to be a certain level of famous without the regime, without those in power, having something on you to manipulate you into doing whatever they want you to do. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Eminem.
Pump those lips up. Baby, look at that. Ooh.
Like when Phil said this, like dress up as a Diddy thing, I was like, yeah. I don't think I really put much.
That's how Kamala Harris is trying to have everybody's sons walking around, just like this. Eminemica.
Oh, did you
All
know?
into it, yeah. I'm keeping it gangster, homie. I'm keeping it gangster. I'm keeping it
nah,
real.
man, nah.
It's all about keeping it real.
Kind of hard to watch, honestly.
Oh my God! I'm a girl!
These are called humiliation rituals. You have to go
Facts.
through these humiliation rituals
Facts.
in order to become famous in
Facts.
Hollywood. The sick monsters in charge, who are some of the worst people on earth, literally demon possessed, those people force celebrities to go through stuff like this in order to prove who's actually in charge. So hard AF Eminem gets turned into Feminem. And Eminem has been doing a series of degrading, humiliating attacks on his own reputation and on his own fan base, quite frankly. Because the working class people of Michigan actually love Donald Trump. Now, if anybody still listens to Eminem, I don't know. But if they're listening, what they'll hear is something akin to like a Reddit comment section of full Trump derangement syndrome.
Better give Obama props, cause what we got in office now's a kamikaze that'll probably cause a nuclear holocaust. He'll just gas his plane up and fly around till the bombing stops.
This is Eminem talking about the only president in his lifetime or my lifetime that brought world peace. Good job, Eminem. Listen to Eminem.
Bro cannot rap any type of hard or gangster or anything gangster rap or anything of the such after dressing up like a girl, okay? Now, granted, I'm sure there were plenty of other people who did the same thing, so the rest of them are disqualified too. Now, somebody's going to say some big artist, but we're talking about Eminem right now. Whoever else, no, we're talking about Eminem specifically, okay? Yeah, he cannot act tough, masculine, none of that. Bro got in a skirt and had, I think that was pigtails is what they're called. Yeah, and said he's a girl. Nah, dog. It's a rap.
Eminem break into tears talking about how he can't even catch his breath thinking about Donald Trump.
Too flustered in my head. The shit that I want to say, there's too many things I want to say at once. So sometimes I start talking and I'm not able to convey the message the right way because I just get flustered and frustrated. If you're talking about his core being, you know, a majority white middle class, watching him play to his base that thinks that he cares about them, and it's actually the people that he cares about the least. What I don't understand is how in the do you feel like you relate to a billionaire who has never known struggle his entire life? There's part of me that understands, like, all right, he's somehow still got them because he's brainwashing them into thinking that something great is gonna happen. Nothing's happening. I don't know, man. I get really flustered.
What I want to understand is, how do you reach this level of success and remain like uneducated? That's what I want to know. And then how do you complain about the world and the way the economy? I'm just like, I'm not saying like you get to that level and you don't have problems. Okay, there's problems at all different incomes, but I just am baffled at how, you can be as successful as Eminem here and still be uneducated, misled, and delusional. It's beyond me. What do you guys think about that?
Get really flustered. Eminem should be on The View. They should kick one of those witches off or just make a new chair and just put Eminem on The View.
Tell him put a skirt on.
He's already got the makeup ladies for it. It's perfect. It's perfect. This can be the new, you can rename it. Rename it the Feminem Couch Feel Good Tickle Tickle Hour.
Tickle Tickle. Oh,
It is
no.
unbelievably cringe. It is so soft. It is so sad. And now the final chapter of Eminem's incredibly humiliating fall comes full circle. So here is Eminem last night campaigning for Kamala Harris. But Kamala Harris isn't there, you see, because Kamala Harris has been kicked off the campaign trail, but the person who's actually running the country, Barack Obama. Barack Obama is now running for president for his 4th term. Here's Barack Obama and Eminem together, and they did a rally in Detroit. Wasn't well received, quite frankly. Who in the world thinks this is cool? Eminem and Skittles. That's right. Did Trump turn Eminem down for Celebrity Apprentice? There has to be more to this story. This goes beyond normal TDS. All right, here's Eminem last night in a very short, very curt introduction at a rally in Detroit where he half-ass reads a script, does the Black Power fist. Dude, the levels of cringe. Eminem is really morphing into a Whole Foods mom. Really, truly.
That's messed up.
Detroit!
Here we go. Okay.
What up, though? So look, I wrote down a few things I wanted to say. I love you too. Thank you. I'm here tonight for a couple of important reasons. As most of you know, the city of Detroit and the whole state of Michigan mean a lot to me. And going into this election, the spotlight is on us more than ever, and I think it's important to use your voice. So I'm encouraging everybody to get out and vote, please. I also think that people shouldn't be afraid to express their opinions. And I don't think anyone wants an America where people are worried about retribution or what people will do if you make your opinion known.
Listen, asshat. There's only one party that is actively censoring, eroding, and destroying the First Amendment.
Yep.
That is trying to jail Donald Trump, ban him from the internet, jail Elon Musk for freedom of speech. The level of psyop, the level of leverage that they must have on these people. What do they have on Eminem? What Diddy tape do they got on Eminem? It's almost like they did the Diddy thing just to say, hey, we got all the tapes now. You're all of you, Usher, Eminem, all of you, Liz, all of you people are now going to do everything we say. And you've been seeing that. Every one of them just trotting out on the campaign trail like good little soldiers. This is so degrading. Here we go.
I think Vice President Harris supports a future for this country where these freedoms and many others will be protected and upheld.
Kamala Harris is part of a regime that is censoring Americans actively right now and regularly asked to censor Americans. Go look at the Facebook or Twitter files. Go look at the House investigations. This is something that is happening and is so humiliating that they don't understand. They don't live in reality. And I don't think this helps Kamala Harris at all.
And here to tell you much more about that, President Barack Obama.
Says the whole thing. Says the whole thing. So then Obama walks out and does an Eminem lyric. And by the way, that's the entire I'm gonna read from my note. Eminem doing his whole thing. I thought you were like a performer, man. I thought you were somebody who had stage command. So he reads from his notes. He's wearing a baseball cap, so no one can see his eyes. So no one's trusting what he says. There's no trust between him and the audience. He's reading from his notes. A total of 67 seconds. His whole speech. And then this.
Now notice my palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, vomit on my sweater already, mom's spaghetti. I'm nervous, but on the surface I look calm and ready to drop bombs, but I keep on forgetting.
You gotta be kidding me. I'm just absolutely just disappointed. Just wow. Like, I'm just blown away that, oh, I don't even know.
I didn't think that we could reach further levels of cringe than Kamala Harris has already reached, but here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. It's so played out. Who's running for president exactly? Who's actually running for president? It's clear who's running for president.
Facts.
It's clear Barack Obama sees himself as the presidential candidate.
Yeah.
And in many ways, he's right. In many ways, he's right. Dick Cheney and Eminem, there's a team you don't see every day. I've been telling everybody my entire life that Eminem is a clown and a loser. It sucks to be right all the time. I never thought I would live to see the day that Eminem starts simping for the establishment. What a sellout. He's been doing it for a long time, if you've been paying attention. While that Eminem kept the public persona of a brooding teenager into his 50s. This is right. Gross. A gross depression beard. Yet another Diddy party participant. That's right. Correct. Elon accused Eminem of being a Diddy party participant. Eminem is not coming out in support of Kamala because he likes politics. He's being summoned, he is compromised, and he is controlled. Correct. Lizzo endorsed Kamala. Eminem endorsed her. Usher, Taylor Swift. Who cares? Seriously. None of these affluent celebrities will be impacted by her fiscal policies. They have no skin in the game except relevancy. And that's, I think, why many of them are doing it. Eminem is a cuck. Imagine cucking out for Kamala Harris. Slim Shady really is dead. So this is a rough roll for Eminem, hard AF. I grew up obsessed with Eminem. I listened for years. Unfortunately, he's now a pathetic loser. The same guy who wrote all these songs about anti-establishment going up against grain just became a little sheep to do what he's told. Many such cases. I speak for the entire country when I say Eminem is garbage, and we will be voting for the orange man. For every 100 likes, I'll make Eminem even smaller. It's good. This is good. Oh man, Kamala's posting this like it's a big W. The irony is one of the reasons Eminem is so successful is because we value free speech in this country. He's tested that value with every album he's released, and he's been rewarded for it. Now he's endorsing the candidate that will love nothing more than to take free speech away. Perfect. By the way, I think it's very interesting to note that nobody cares, Barack Obama. Like nobody, the magic is gone. Nobody cares about you anymore. You're a has-been. You're washed up. And nobody cares about Taylor Swift, somebody who you could argue is at the height of her fame. I mean, it's hard to argue that Taylor Swift is not actually at the height of her fame right now. Yet here we go. Taylor Swift's Kamala Harris endorsement. It had no difference on me. 81%. 13% said they're less likely to support Kamala Harris because of it. Only 6% said now they're more likely to vote for Kamala Harris. So she actually lost Kamala Harris votes. So it would actually behoove the people who are actually in charge, the masters, to be done with this pedantic bullshit and this leveraging of all the compromising information and video you have on these celebrities to get them to do these half-ass endorsements, because it actually backfires on you. They're just proving how much power they have. That is all it is. Donald Trump going in, though, as the as an actual alpha, somebody who's actually hard AF, somebody who's actually a gangster. Here we go.
Young North Korea, nuclear weapons all over the place. I said, you ever do anything else? Go to a game, do something. You know, he loves producing nuclear weapons. That's what he likes producing, and he's got a lot of them. And he has no respect for our leadership now, and he didn't respect Obama. He thought Obama was a real jerk. A real jerk. And I think he's a real jerk because I've watched him campaign over the last couple of days. I watched him campaign. What a divider he is, right? What a divider he is. He'd divide this country. He couldn't care less. Him and his little group of people. He was terrible. But I've watched what he's done. He's trying to campaign because she's incapable of campaigning.
He said him and his little group of people. It sounds like the Oompa Loompas.
He was terrible. But I've watched what he's done. He's trying to campaign because she's incapable of campaigning. So they send him in to try. He's not going to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to work. It's not working. We're seeing historic numbers for Trump. The message has already broken through. I don't care what celebrities you bring out. Now they're going to bring out Bruce Springsteen. Oh, wow. It's time is a flat circle, man. You're right back at Hillary Clinton 2016. You lost and you don't.
So there we have it. Shout out to Benny Johnson. Yeah, you know, the message has broken out, okay? Mind you, we've seen this man Trump get shot, okay? We've seen this man Trump get shot at, okay? Multiple assassination attempts on his life. We've seen this man literally go through hell and high water just to show up and be a presidential nominee. Well, not a nominee, but a presidential candidate. And can I say nominee? I don't know if that's a word I can use. I never really said that before. But yeah, presidential nominee. And so yeah, I'm sitting here just like, I really don't understand how the Democrats, you know, or they think that, you know, you can give people free money and welfare and Section 8 and food stamps and all that kind of stuff, and it's going to make people be better people. And they're going to all of a sudden have like, or, you know, they're going to be like morally correct or something like that. Like they're going to all of a sudden snap into doing the right thing and they're going to want to do the right thing all of a sudden. No. It's not how it works. People are going to get money. Okay, the economy is going to tank. People are going to be literally like slaving at their jobs, their 9-to-5s, all that kind of stuff. Inflation is going to be sky high. All right, you can't afford anything. You can't really travel like that. People can't really do much for their families. And people are going to be spending a lot of time either inside their homes, okay, struggling to pay bills or struggling to pay bills and panic spending. That's kind of what comes to my mind when I see this, all right? I'm kind of like going with the flow a little bit as I say this, so it's a little bit not as like organized as I usually do. But that's kind of like what I think when I think of the Democrats. Like maybe if we do this for them, then the society will get better. We'll put all these different things in place for people and communities and struggling individuals and society. It'll be a utopia all of a sudden. And it never happens. It's like they have good intentions to some degree. Yeah, we need this for everybody. And then it completely crashes. And it's the Titanic 3 all of a sudden. And yeah. You know, that's kind of how it strikes me, you know. And like I said, this is my reaction to this. This is my thoughts on this. This is, you know, just what comes to mind as I watch this stuff. But yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about Kamala Harris? You know, her promises to America. I think that it's an absolute cluster F, quite frankly, and I don't think she has a plan. I think she was just thrown on stage and, you know, they're just working her like a puppet and she's kind of all over the place, you know, and that's that. Or more, maybe a better way to put it would be Joe Biden was the puppet and Kamala was kind of just thrown on stage and just give like a little kid, just given free range to do whatever they want. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. But that's my thoughts on this when I see this right here, this clip, you know, and then you have Eminem thrown on stage. And I just think it's desperation attempts. And you guys know this. We all can see it, all right? And that's that. But like I said, they think we're idiots. They think we're dumb. They think we're sheeple, you know, as if we don't see Ku Klux Kamala's real self, as if we didn't see the mask fall off, all that kind of stuff. And that's my own thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Okay, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. When you share these videos, definitely be sure to tag me so I can repost it. All right. Shout out to the King Squad. You guys at the bottom.com. Shout out to the King Squad family, the King Squad elites. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.